You've seen it, the stock market continues to shatter new records. Just last week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average hit 26,000. President Trump says the next mark would be 30,000. Here to tell us if that's truth or what to expect, Greg and Kristen Taylor from Legacy Retirement Group, here to talk about what all this could mean for us and does mean for us now. Good to see you guys.
Good to be here.
What was your first car?
Oh, my first car, an 88 Civic Honda hatchback.
Nice.
Yes.
88.
Well, my absolute first car was a 67 Chevelle.
You're the one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about, obviously, we want to put more money in our pocket to buy our very first cars back, right? But the Dow hitting 26,000. I mean, people last week, you heard the surprise, but then there wasn't a lot of surprise because we've been tick, 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 tick. What does this mean?
Well, we really have, Sean. And you know, it's exciting to see the market continue to climb. And some people say the Dow will hit 30,000 before it stops climbing. Others sort of believe that we might be near the peak now. So we're not quite sure who's correct at this point.
So we've got the struggle between continue your growth and the excitement that people are feeling if they're invested in 401ks or they have, you know, some kind of a retirement fund. But then there's the other part that says, I don't want that huge correction. I don't want to be making myself vulnerable again.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they come into our office, they ask, is it going to keep going up? What should I do, right? But I think it's important to look back and see, okay, what do the different definitions that you hear on Bloomberg and on Fox Business and all that mean? And so a lot of times you hear them talking about PE ratios, right?
Okay.
The valuation of the stocks you'll hear, or stocks are overvalued.
Yeah.
And it's important to understand how the PE ratios work, because if we looked at an article recently where it was talking about the PE ratio in alignment with the S&P 500. And what's interesting is PE ratio is just over 26 right now. And there's been only 3 or 4 times where that's happened in the last 35 years.
Wow.
And 3 of those times were during market corrections. Now, does that mean we're predicting a correction? Absolutely not. But it's important to be educated on what happens when the stocks are overvalued as they are now.
Right.
And to make a point, what she was saying, the 26, that's the number of times the price is times the earnings of the companies.
Okay.
Okay, so in other words, the price is 26 times more than what the companies are earning.
Right.
Back in 2006, Robert Shiller wrote a book called Irrational Exuberance. In other words, stocks are overvalued, the price to earnings is showing, and there were certainly other contributors as well.
Right.
That famous book predicted the collapse that happened in 2008.
Which was also predicated upon those big banks and what they were doing. That was at that time, lender
Yes.
problems all over the place.
Yeah.
But let's talk about then. So I have a portfolio. And what do I do? What should I be looking at? How do I protect?
Well, of course, we work in the space of retirement.
Right.
And so you don't want to be the beneficiary of good timing. You want to be the beneficiary of good planning. We were in Vegas for a meeting just last week, and we watched someone miss out timing-wise on putting $100 down on the roulette table.
Oh, okay.
Missed out on $3,700 because they missed that cutoff. So we don't want people that to happen to people. We want them to have good planning, good things in place so that their retirement doesn't depend on these ups and downs.
And you're going to give us some help with that, aren't you?
Absolutely, because we want people, Sean, to be efficient and understand what that means. And we're going to offer, for those who call in the next 30 minutes, the opportunity to have a portfolio x-ray so they can see what their average return is versus their risk, and how 2008 would have panned out for them if they were invested just the way they are today.
All right, you know the number. This is your chance to get a little help here. Portfolio X-ray. It's 614-336-7660. And you can also go to legacyretirementgroup.com and check their weekend show, too. It's Winning Retirement Radio on WTVN. Thanks, guys.
Good to be here.
Good to see you.